Hello students. Usually if I talk about organic chemistry, then most of you will think that it is very tough with lot of mechanism and lot of reactions to remember. But this chapter which I'm going to discuss now, that is amines, is a very small cute unit which I would say is one of the easiest organic chapter given in our part 2 textbook of 12th standard chemistry. So if you talk about amines, there are only limited reactions and limited mechanisms and limited concepts, and this chapter I will tell you is very easy to understand, and I'm sure you will definitely enjoy the journey of amines with me. So this is a part 1 video of amines where I'll be discussing about the introduction and classification of amines. So amines, in all the amines we see that there is a presence of nitrogen atom. Okay, in fact amines are derivatives of ammonia. So if you look at ammonia, ammonia has a pair of electrons that is called as lone pair. This lone pair doesn't involve in any kind of bonding. So this is called as lone pair. Okay, and this nitrogen is sp3 hybridized. So if you talk about the geometry of the molecule, the geometry is pyramidal. So in our lower classes, that is in our 11th standard, we have studied that usually the sp3 bond angle will be around 109 degrees, but due to the presence of lone pair, the bond angle here is reduced to 107 degrees. Okay, so how are amines derived from ammonia? If you are going to replace one hydrogen of the ammonia by an alkyl group like this, so we are going to end up with primary amine. So primary amine has one alkyl group or aryl group, and it has two hydrogens. Okay. So if I talk about secondary amines, then secondary amines are like this. So it has one hydrogen and two alkyl groups. Okay. So one hydrogen and two alkyl groups. So with respect to tertiary amines, if I replace all the hydrogens of ammonia by alkyl groups like this, so this is your tertiary amines. This is our tertiary amines. So amines can be classified into primary, secondary and tertiary. With the detailed discussion of classification of amines, I will do it in the very shortly after this. Okay, so primary amines contain this functional group. So this is primary amine. So if it is going to have NH, then it is going to be a secondary amine. So if there is going to be N, then it is a tertiary amine. So if there is going to be a CN, or to be more precise, C triple bond N, so this is called as nitrile. Nitrile is commonly known as cyanide. Okay, cyanide. So this group that is called as NO2 is also known as nitro. So compounds having this nitro is referred to as nitro compounds, right? So any compound having this functional group N2X, which we are going to deal in the last part of this chapter. Otherwise, to expand this, it will be like this: N triple bond N. So since this nitrogen's valence is exceeding 3, the valence of this nitrogen is 4 actually, so it should have a positive charge, and we have a X atom. That X can be chlorine or bromine or whatever it is, sometimes iodine also. Okay, so this compound is called as diazonium salt. Diazonium salts. And another important functional group which we will see in this particular compound is, sorry, C double bond O NH2. So this is referred to as an amide. Okay, so these are some of the nitrogen based compounds. Mainly in this chapter we will be discussing about these three compounds. Okay, this is what is of prime importance to us. So this is that is your primary, secondary and tertiary. This is what is important to us. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss about primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Okay. Mm. So if I want to define amines, then I can define like this. They are derivatives of ammonia. Okay. Next. So if I want to classify the amines, let us try to classify them as alkyl or aryl amines. So alkyl or aryl amines. So what is the meaning of alkyl amines is, so in an alkyl amine, okay, the nitrogen is attached to an sp3 hybridized carbon. It is to any alkyl group. For example, we have CH3NH2, we have CH3NH, CH3. In all these compounds, nitrogen is attached to an alkyl group. Like it can be CH3, CH2, CH2, NH2. Okay, so these are commonly referred to as alkyl amines. Whereas if we take aryl amines, okay, so the point to be noted here is, in aryl amines the nitrogen is attached to an sp2 hybridized carbon of an aromatic ring. Okay, this is very very important. So it should be attached to an sp2 hybridized carbon of a aromatic ring. So what is the meaning of that? We'll try to understand, children. Okay, see here, suppose I'm taking, just change the color. Suppose I'm taking a benzene ring like this. So in this benzene ring, when amine is directly attached, that is NH2 is directly attached to this carbon is a part of aromatic ring. So part of aromatic ring, and this carbon is sp2 hybridized. So aromatic ring can not only be benzene, so if it is attached to a benzene ring also, obviously it is aromatic. It can also be some other aromatic compounds like naphthalene, like this. So here also you can see that NH2 is directly attached to an sp2 hybridized carbon of aromatic ring. So this is a naphthalene ring, and to this naphthalene ring our amine group is attached. So suppose I have a compound like this, for example. So this is a benzene ring, then I have a CH2 group. To this CH2 group the NH2 is attached. So is it an aromatic compound or an aliphatic compound? That is it an aryl amine or alkyl amine? So by this time you should have guessed that this NH2 group is not a part of this ring. I mean, it is not attached to the ring directly. Okay, it is not attached to the ring directly, but this is attached excuse me, but this is attached to this particular CH2 group, not the benzene ring itself, so it is an alkyl amine. So this is a point to be noted. This amine is commonly referred to as benzylamine. Benzylamine. Okay, and this is called as benzenamine. So note the difference. This is benzenamine and this is benzylamine. So benzenamine is otherwise commonly referred to as aniline. Commonly referred to as aniline. So we have seen what are the different functional groups, and now let us get into some examples of solving based on classification, children. So the question is like this: classify the following. So first one, CH3 CH2 NH2. So I'm first writing the question, then I am solving it. So CH3 NH CH3. Third one, CH3 N CH2 CH3 CH3. Fourth one, then fifth one I'm writing it here. Okay, sixth one I'm writing it here. Seventh one. So you can solve it. I'm giving you some time to solve. You can pause this video and you can try to solve it. Then finally I will give you the answers. Then you can cross verify. Okay, yes. So I'm starting with the answers. You can pause, and if you want you can try it on your own. So first one, so this is your primary amine. Why? Because this entire part, right, it is an alkyl group, and this particular portion, we have two hydrogens on nitrogen. Okay, two hydrogens on nitrogen, hence it is a primary amine. Next, if you look at here, this is a secondary amine. Why it is a secondary amine? Two alkyl groups are there. This is one alkyl group, and this is other alkyl group. Two alkyl groups are there on nitrogen. There is only one hydrogen. So look at this. This is your tertiary amine. So here we have how many alkyl groups? One. So this is one alkyl group, this is second alkyl group, and this is third alkyl group. So three alkyl groups are there. So this is a aryl amine. Okay, and primary aryl amine. So this is primary amine, but it is alkyl. This is also alkyl. This is also alkyl. Okay, what about this one? This is your primary alkyl amine. What about this one? This is a secondary amine but aryl. Okay, this is your tertiary amine, but it is an aryl amine because nitrogen is directly attached to benzene ring. Okay, so if you are able to do this conversions comfortably, I mean do this problem comfortably, then this particular session is completed, right? So I'm stopping it for this particular video. We'll continue in the next video, that is on part 2.